Hi everyone, this is Ankita Arvind Palande and today I will be presenting my data analysis project on Madrid real estate market by using Power BI. Now let's begin with objective of this project. So the main objective of this project is to analyze Madrid real estate market. So for that I have focused on identifying pricing trend and providing useful insight for both buyer and seller. Also, I have used Power BI for visualizing the data, making it easier to interpret. The overall goal is to support smarter and more informed investment decisions. Now, starting with question 1. So, here we have to identify and remove duplicated listing in the data set. How will you use Power Query to manage duplicates and keep only the most recent listing based on the ID and each duplicated column? So, in my data set, I'm not having each duplicated column. So we will do further analysis based on ID column. So first of all, we have to open the Power BI. Then we have to import the data set into Power BI. So click on Get Data. So you can import the data set through Excel workbook or through CSV file. After that, navigate to Transform Data here. Then click on Transform Data. Then you have to select the ID column. After that, you have to select ID column. Then go to Home tab here. After that, you have to select the Remove Rows here. To click on here, then you can see the fourth option, remove duplicate. You have to click on that. So I have already removed duplicate IDs, so I will not do that. After that, we will handle missing data. So you can see latitude, longitude. So the values were blank before, so I have replaced the blank values with not available values. For that, you have to right click on it. Then you can see replace value. Then there will be two box. So in first box, you have to keep as it is because it's a blank value. Then you have to replace this blank value with not available, or you can write like unknown values. Then click on OK. After that, I have converted Boolean values such as true and false into more user-friendly format, that is yes and no. Also, I have changed the data type. First, it was logical, so I changed into text, so it will keep the data consistency. So you have to ensure that columns data type such as text, number, date are correctly assigned for further analysis. After that, after performing all the transformation, click on Close and Apply here. So it will save the changes and load the clean data into Power BI. Now let's move on to question 2. So here we have to create a report that analyzes how different features such as having a pool, garden or being a new development affect average property price. Which feature correlates more strongly with higher prices? So for that I have used DEX measure formula. So first we will calculate average property price. So this will calculate overall average buy price of all properties. After that I have calculated average property price with pool. So it will only calculate average price only for properties that are having pool. Same for new development and garden. So it will only calculate average price for garden, the properties which are only having garden, and and same for new development. So the properties which are new developed. Now we will see visualization. So visualization I have used cluster column chart and slicer. So we will see first chart. So on x-axis I have added features such as pool, and on y-axis I have added average property price. So x-axis show the properties that have a pool, and there are two bars, yes and no. Yes means the properties that are having pool, and no means the properties that are not having pool. And the y-axis it display average property price. So properties with a pool have significantly higher average price, that is 9,97,000. You can see the price. Then the properties without a pool have a lower average price, that is 5,46,617.82. Okay, also I have used slicer. So there are two options, no and yes. So if I click on yes, it will only show the properties that are having pool. And if I click on no, so it will only show the properties that are not having pool. Now we will go with second feature, that is garden. So it is same as pool. I have added average property price on y-axis and feature on x-axis. So here the garden properties with a garden have the highest average price, that is 19 lakh 15,319.38, and the properties without a garden are much cheaper, that is 5,56,488.83. So garden is the most valuable feature among the three, means pool and new developed property. So it greatly increased property price. Also, I have added a slicer. So not available means the data is not available for the properties without a garden, and yes means property with garden. So if I click on yes, it will show the properties that are having garden. Now we will go with third chart, new development. So on y-axis I have added average property price, and on x-axis I have added new development. So here properties which are marked as new development, they are having lower average price. You can see the average price is less than the older property, which is 5,87,713.43, and the properties which are older, they are having slightly more expensive price, which is 6,58,519.68. And in slicer you can see there are two options, yes and no. So if I click on yes, it will only show the properties which are new developed, and no, it will show the properties which are not new developed, means older properties. So among all the features, a garden contributes the most to increasing property value, followed by a pool. Interestingly, the new development properties are not the most expensive, indicating that buyers may value other aspects more than just new construction. So unlike expectation, new development are not priced higher. This could be due to size or location or build quality of the older homes. Now coming to question 3. So here we have to segment the property market into categories based on the house type ID. For each category, calculate the average square meter price and identify the top 5 most liquidity investment properties based on the square meter build and loan interest rate. So for that, I have used DEX measure formula. So first we will calculate average square meter price. So this is the formula for average square meter price. So this measure calculates the average property price per square meter, and it's divide the by price by square meter built for each property, and then takes an average across the entire segment. Next we will see formula for investment score. So based on this we rank the property based on investment score. So this is the formula for investment score. So it calculates total built area, which is square meter built, divided by the total purchase price, which is buy price. Then it gives the investment score, which represent amount of area you get per unit of currency spent on buying the property. Now we will see formula for rank investment. So it rank the property based on investment score. So this is the formula for rank investment. So it rank all the properties based on the investment score. So the rank X function, this one, it orders all the properties in descending order and then allows us to filter top 5. With this ranking measure, we can easily isolate the top 5 investment opportunities, ensuring that our analysis focus on the most promising properties. So for visualization, I have used cluster bar chart, tree map, and table. So you can see on y-axis I have added house type ID, which lists different house type ID. So there are 5, but the data for house type ID 3 is not available. Each ID represents specific category of property. You can see atticus, duplex. Then on x-axis, it shows the average square meter price, allowing us to compare how expensive each house type ID is per unit area. Also, you can see the house type ID atticus. The bar is longer than the other. So it has the highest average square meter price Also, it suggests that Atticus is the premium category. It is more expensive than other house type per square meter. So the properties that are bigger in size have low loan interest, low loan interest rate are the best choice for making good profits in real estate. Also, I have apply filter. You can say top five based on rank investment. Now we will see question 4. So here we have to design a comprehensive dashboard that includes filter for region, is exterior, and has pool, and is new development. Incorporate visuals that dynamically adjust to show data such as average price, total listing, and average square meter price. So I will show you my dashboard in Power BI. So this is the title of dashboard, Madrid Real Estate Insight. So for dashboard, I have used cards, 3 cards, um, 4 slicer, 3 cluster column chart, and 1 tree map. So we will see first card, that is average property price. So it shows the mean price, that is average price of all properties currently listed. So which is now 653.74K. Second one is average square meter price, this one, which is now 4.03K. And third one is total listing. So it shows the total number of properties in the data set. Now we will see slicer. It filters the data. So it is exterior is having 3 options: 0, no, yes. So is exterior means whether the property has exterior view such as window. So if I click on yes, so it will show the properties which are having exterior view. Also it will show the how many properties are there with exterior view. So there are 17K properties. Also, it will show the average square meter price of each exterior view property, and it will also show the average property price of each exterior view. So the next slicer is new development. So there are 2 options, no, yes. If I click on no, so it will show the property which are not new developed. You can see on third chart, it is showing properties which are not new developed. Now has pool slicer. So there are 2 options, no and yes. So if I click on yes, it will show the properties which are having pool. You can see in first chart, it is only showing the properties that are having pool. Now we will see fourth slicer, that is street name. So it represents location filter. It helps to focus on specific neighborhood. Also, I have used tree map. So tree map shows different house type ID like atticos, then you can see duplex. So bigger box means more investment or more listing. You can see. So house type ID is having bigger box. So I have used 3 cluster column chart. So the first chart, that is about pool. So it compares average price of properties with or without pool. Then second one is of garden. So it is similar to pool chart but focus on presence of garden. And third one is about new development. It compares old versus new development properties. Shows whether the newer development properties tend to be more expensive, but here the older properties are more expensive than the new one. So in these 3 features, garden is having higher average price. Now we will move on to conclusion of this project. So first, I have removed duplicate ID for accurate analysis. Then I have analyzed Madrid real estate market using Power BI to access property features, impact on price. Then the properties with a garden had a significantly higher prices, that is 19 lakh 15,319.38, versus the properties which are not having features such as garden are having lower price, that is 5 lakh 56,488.83. House type ID 5, it offers the best value in terms of price per square meter. Then it enables data driven decision by visualizing pricing trends, features, and investment potential. That's bring me to end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention and time.